All right, so I've been seeing that Venezuela and the US are going to war currently. I don't know if these are clickbait titles or if a declaration of war has been made and we're actually at war right now. I'm not sure what's going on. So we're going to go find out together. Let's jump into this space. My guy Suleiman is running a space right now. And I don't know why. It's
Loves
like
their
that.
decapitation strikes. We know that they're fond on it. They go for everybody from Soleimani to, I guess now, and technically Maduro's still alive, but this is going to be for the purpose of shock and awe. This is going to be for the purpose of mystifying the onlooker, and we know this because when you ask what change is going to be effective from this, just look 2 weeks down the line, right? Look 2 weeks down the line and ask yourself, well, okay, is this an actual takeover of Venezuela? Is there going to be an American flag planted, in the palace in Caracas? No, that's not what's going to happen, right? The functions are going to continue to resume, and see, I find this interesting because a week ago we saw a very similar attack on Kiev. We saw Russia really just go to town on Kiev, so to speak. And they did everything that the United States did today except for kidnap the president of Ukraine. Now, is anybody on the stage going to tell me that Russia never had an opportunity or the ability to kidnap or take out Zelensky? No, this has been 3 to 4 years of restraint that's been shown. But what we're seeing is a lack of restraint shown, and actually, a lot of
So I
times the
mean, it
more that
says
an opponent
Maduro
goes for
captured.
shock and
I have
awe,
no
the
idea if
more
that's true or
that
not.
it is
But
to mask their
let's see
desperation.
what's
I'm not
going
saying this
on
is always
here.
the case, but in this case, we're seeing how grave the circumstances clearly were in the eyes of the United States when it comes to public, uh, you know, I guess you can say perception. When it comes to international perception, they don't care about necessarily being the bad guy as long as they are the strong guy. As long as they are, again, it's a tactic of brinksmanship, if you will, that the Trump regime especially has been displaying, and we're seeing it on display today. But again, in 2 weeks from now, people are going to look back and say, "Well, that was." You're going to see again, kind of like every other decision that Trump has made militarily and geopolitically. You're going to see 2 weeks down the line, okay, this really didn't make as much of a change as we thought it was. This is where the world is not ending. It's not turning in a different direction. But you know, again, maybe that's just me being showing my bricks bias, maybe possibly, but I don't think so. I think I'm being pretty reasonable.
What the fuck happened? Is he just done talking, or I mean, I know they didn't add me and my shit went mute. So what's going on? Okay.
A spoonful before your shower can shrink your prostate in less than 15 seconds. Sounds ridiculous, right?
In the early hours of Saturday morning, Venezuela's capital was rocked by explosions.
So I guess we are at war. I mean, if we're not, this is an act of war.
And now, U.S. officials are confirming a major escalation. According to CBS News, U.S. President Donald Trump ordered strikes on sites inside Venezuela, including military facilities, as Washington sharply intensified its campaign against the government of President Nicolas Maduro. Sources tell CBS News the Trump administration is aware of reports of explosions and aircraft over Caracas. But as of now, there has been no official public comment from the White House. On the ground, the situation appears chaotic. Eyewitness videos and journalist reports describe missile-like strikes, low-flying aircraft, and power outages across parts of the capital. Colombia's president, Gustavo Petro, issued an urgent warning to the world. He said, Right now, they are bombing Caracas. They are bombing with missiles. The OAS and the UN must meet immediately. The U.S. military has acknowledged reports of explosions in Caracas, but a Pentagon spokesperson refused to confirm or deny any American involvement, according to the New York Times. Witnesses reported activity at least 6 sites, including areas near Fort Tuna Army Base, La Carota Air Base, the 23 de Enero neighborhood, and in the vicinity of Miraflores Palace, the presidential residence. Venezuelan Defense Minister Diosdado Cabello's home at Fort Tuna Base was reportedly hit by shelling. Meanwhile, unverified footage circulating online shows Venezuelan forces detaining residents near the presidential palace as armored vehicles and tanks reportedly move toward the seat of power. Meanwhile, unverified footage circulating online shows Venezuelan.
I gotta get that Telegram real quick. Go do a Telegram portion of this this video to see if it's YouTube safe. It might not be though. WF witness. Oh, Warfront witness. Okay. Wow, you have to request to join. Okay.
Forces detaining residents near the presidential palace as armored vehicles and tanks reportedly move toward the seat of power. In other videos, still unconfirmed, locals are heard screaming, "The Marines have arrived!" Additional footage claims to show American forces storming Venezuelan ports and what appears to be U.S. Air Force strikes on Venezuelan army bases.
I believe that a few minutes before 2 a.m., at least in the part of Caracas where I live, which is downtown Caracas, the electricity went down, and immediately explosions and aircraft noise I hear that. A few minutes later, I managed to dress up and go outside, and we have been reporting live since that moment.
As the videos spread, Caracas remains tense and the international community scrambling to respond. This would mark the most direct U.S. military action on Venezuelan soil in decades, following months of threats, naval deployments, and strikes tied to alleged drug trafficking networks.
It's just past 3 a.m. in Caracas, the Venezuelan capital. It's been about half an hour since we heard the latest explosions. That neighborhood of the city is now without power. That is an entire neighborhood of the city. We're still hearing drones.
Okay, it looks like that is done. Let's go look on Telegram and see if this is YouTube friendly. Venezuela. Did they add me? Wow. They added me in the group already. Like, what's the whole point of join? I didn't even, I had to request to join, but they didn't vet me for anything. And they let me join. Like, what? It says Maduro was captured by Army's Delta Force. Sources say Trump tweeted, or this is Truth Social maybe, the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Okay. So 11 a.m. probably Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to go do a video on that at that time. Yeah, I guess all the stuff on Telegram is looking like the same things that were in that news clip. Well, this is Warfront Witness. That was the one that they were using on there. And all these videos are the same. So let's see if any of my other Telegrams have something. Maduro's capture was a negotiated exit, sources tell Sky News. Sources inside the Venezuelan opposition tell Sky News they believe Nicolas Maduro's capture was a negotiated exit. Maybe. Maduro told Trump during the call he was willing to leave Venezuela provided he and his family members had full legal amnesty, including the removal of all U.S. sanctions and the end of a flagship case he faces before the International Criminal Court, 3 of the sources said. Let's see what else we can find. Trump celebrated the mission. Bro, I'm not trying. Oh, yeah, let me mute this channel. I'm not trying to keep getting notifications for this. But it's looking like all these videos are the same, so I might not pull up any videos, but I'll read a couple things that I'm finding on Telegram. Venezuela's defense minister, we will neither negotiate nor surrender. There is no deal or compromise over the freedom and independence of Venezuela, and at the moment, we must achieve victory by maintaining unity. The nation will prevail. We will neither negotiate nor surrender. The enemy is trying to spread fear and chaos in our country, but we will continue to resist and defend our homeland against any aggression. A general mobilization has been declared within the armed forces, and everyone is obligated to follow the orders of the commander-in-chief. Your commander-in-chief was captured. Well, I guess he's the commander-in-chief now, maybe, or I don't know how it works out there. Vice President of Venezuela, we demand proof that Maduro and his wife are alive. We are unaware of President Maduro's whereabouts. And that's literally right now, 2:19 a.m. Venezuelan opposition sources claim they are capturing government buildings to set up a new government. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State, Venezuelan President Maduro to face the justice for his crimes by U.S. court. Okay, I mean, they were trying to say he was moving fentanyl and all of this when it's like, bro, from what I know about drug trafficking, Venezuela doesn't produce fentanyl or sell it or ship it or import it or export it or any of that shit. It's China working with Mexican cartels to produce fentanyl. They're not doing this in South America. They're doing this shit in Mexico and in Canada on our borders, and the fentanyl is coming into America, and I haven't heard of fentanyl being in any other country. So to my knowledge, this fentanyl shit is basically the new opium war against America. This is the opium war 2, and it's on us now. So that's all this. I don't know about all of this stuff they're saying about him being a drug trafficker. Yeah, that's probably true, but him trafficking fentanyl, I don't think so. Okay, yeah, so I mean, that's looking like that's it for this topic, but I'll definitely be sure to go review that press conference Trump is gonna have at 11 a.m. It's 2:20 West Coast time right now, so probably go to sleep soon, and so I could go see that. Oh shit. Probably go to sleep soon so I could go see that, or just stay up and watch it and report on it to you guys. That's it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Como DTV everywhere. Como Cast on YouTube. I'm out. Peace.